We appreciate you choosing Live at 5. I'm Greg Kerr.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tiffany Murphy in the KFDM newsroom. Our top story, George Floyd's final farewell. It drew hundreds to Fountain of Praise Church in Houston. The service was private for invited guests only, but despite the limitations, friends who grew up with Floyd and attended school with him in Houston found a way to honor his memory just outside of the sanctuary. KFDM's Angel San Juan and chief photographer Justin D. Young spent the day there. Angel?
And Juan reporting.
And Floyd's burial will take place in Pearland. He is being buried next to his mother. Meantime, lawmakers on Capitol Hill ramping up the debate over reforming law enforcement policies. Floyd's death sparking weeks of protests all around the world. Here's Skylar. Those with knowledge of the Senate Republicans' police reform negotiations say lawmakers have been in touch with the White House but have not solicited feedback at this point. Right now, Williamson County commissioners are calling for their sheriff to resign. This follows a dispute with the Travis County District Attorney, who says the sheriff is blocking the investigation into the death of a black man tased by white deputies and filmed. A man in New York State says he is considering legal action after police shot and killed his son, With growing calls for activism and political change come the effects of cancel culture, a trend that can end a person's career or make them a social pariah when they do or say something perceived as offensive. The Black Lives Matter movement is prompting calls for some public figures to be canceled. Here's national correspondent Althra Alshanar with that story.
We appreciate you watching KFDM 6 News. I'm Greg Kerr.
And I'm Tiffany Murphy tonight in the KFDM newsroom. Our top story, George Floyd's final farewell in Pearland, where he will be buried next to his mother. His funeral service drawing in hundreds to Fountain of Praise Church in Houston. It was for invited guests only, but despite those limitations, friends who went to school with Floyd in Houston found other ways to honor his memory outside of the sanctuary. KFDM's Angel San Juan and chief photographer Justin D. Young are there for that story. And that service lasted nearly 4.5 hours. The Reverend Al Sharpton describes Floyd as an ordinary brother who changed the world. Greg? New tonight, a Beaumont woman is celebrating 100 years of life. Friends and family held for her. And Williams says she wants her life to serve as an inspiration to others. On the other side of the break, aerial technology is now allowing scientists to do something they've never done and seen before, what they were able to catch on camera.
Good evening. I'm Greg Kerr as we continue to social distance.
And I'm Tiffany Murphy tonight in the KFDM newsroom.
Minutes.
Developing tonight, the city of Beaumont talking about a master drainage plan to improve drainage in the future. Cam footage released today showing the detainment and death of a man involved in a police chase. He died in police custody. The incident happened in 2019. Take a listen. In other news tonight, President Trump responding via Twitter to an incident in Buffalo, New York, calling it a conspiracy. George Richard has more on what happened. Potentially defunding police departments, even abolishing them altogether. Many policymakers say they understand people's frustration, but it may not be the answer. Sinclair's chief political correspondent Scott Thuman shows us what's being considered in D.C. Hi friends, it's time for another edition of Good News. Let's jump right in. We all know going to the hospital to have a procedure often no fun at all, but the awesome team from the day surgery department at Baptist helping make one couple's time there a little bit easier.